Level 1. No score. Not bad. Not good. Nothing. The application has a field that says credit score. Yours says NA. You fill out the apartment application anyway. You have a job. You have a bank account. You have never missed a payment on anything because you've never been given anything to pay. 3 days later, an email arrives. Subject line, application status. Dear applicant, after review, we are unable to approve your request at this time. Signed, M. Reyes, leasing office. Marcus didn't meet you. Marcus didn't read your job offer letter twice the way you did. Marcus ran a number that didn't exist, and the absence of a number became your answer. You call your older brother. You ask if he'll co-sign. He says yes before you finish the sentence. You hear him exhale after he says it, the kind of breath that means he's doing math in his head about what happens if you're late. The leasing office runs his score instead of yours. His number signs for you. Yours doesn't count yet. It doesn't object either. It just isn't anywhere in the room. You apply for a secured credit card to start building a score. The bank wants $500 down. Your money. So they can lend it back to you and charge you 24% for the privilege. You don't have $500. Your brother already used his favor on the apartment. The system doesn't ask if you're trustworthy. It asks if you have a record of being trustworthy. You don't have one yet. So it assumes the worst because it isn't built to assume anything else. You exist. The system just hasn't met you. Your brother had to vouch for you like you were new in town, in a country you were born in. Level 2. 510. You missed 2 payments during a stretch without work. Nothing dramatic. Just nothing coming in for 10 weeks. The number remembers. It doesn't remember why. Car insurance, $1,400 a year. Your coworker, same car, same record, different number, $700. You apply for a job at a logistics company. Nothing financial, just dispatching trucks. The offer comes with a line at the bottom, subject to background check, including credit history. A week later, the recruiter calls, apologetic, vague. We've decided to move forward with another candidate. She doesn't say why. She doesn't have to. The job had nothing to do with money. The check did. You apply for a personal loan to cover a $400 repair. Denied. The letter again. M. Reyes. Same signature, same template. You go to the payday place on Lincoln instead. $400 becomes $480 in 2 weeks. The woman behind the counter at your bank knows your face by now. She doesn't smile the way she smiles at the man in line ahead of you. Not unkind. Just done with you before you've spoken. You watch yourself stop being a customer and start being a category. Being broke costs extra. The system doesn't call it a penalty. It calls it risk-based pricing. Level 3. 615. You're approved for things now, just not at the price anyone else pays. A PR, 28.99%. Your neighbor, 16%. Same card, same bank. You carry a $1,500 balance because the transmission went and there was no other option. That balance will cost you $435 this year. At your neighbor's rate, $240. You try to refinance it, move the balance to a personal loan with a lower rate, the kind of thing every finance article tells you to do. The loan officer pulls your file. Thin credit history, high utilization. Denied. The card that's bleeding you is the only thing willing to lend to you. That's not a contradiction in the system. That's the system working exactly as designed. The trap, and the only way out of the trap, are owned by the same company. You call about a fee. Hold music loops 3 times. A voice answers, reads from a screen. Says, per our records, this charge is valid. You ask for someone who can actually look at the account. Marcus Reyes can review your file. Please allow 5 to 7 business days. Marcus calls 8 days later. He's not cruel. He's reading a script, too. A slightly longer one than the hold music. He says he understands. He says there's nothing he can do. You realize Marcus isn't a person making decisions about you. Marcus is a name attached to decisions a system already made. Level 4. 7:05. Your phone rings on a Tuesday morning. Not a robocall. A real voice. Hi, this is Marcus Reyes from First Union. I wanted to personally reach out about your account. The same name. The same bank. A completely different sentence than the one he signed 2 years ago. He's not calling to deny anything. He's calling to ask about your goals, your timeline, whether you've thought about a mortgage. You didn't apply for anything. The number did the asking for you. You apply for an apartment in a building almost identical to the one that rejected you at level 1. No cosigner this time. No favor owed to your brother. Approved same day. No extra deposit. Same kind of building. Same kind of person standing in it. Different number standing next to your name. Your credit limit jumps from $4,000 to $9,500 overnight. No request. No application. The system just decided you were worth more rope. A $32 fee shows up on your statement. You email Marcus. 3 hours later. Taken care of. No form. No hold music. No script. The same fees that drained you for years are optional now. The system didn't change. Your number did. Level 5. 765. Marcus knows you have a sister in Denver. You mentioned it once 8 months ago in passing. He remembers because remembering is the job now. He emails on your birthday. Not automated. Written. Your car needs the same repair that cost you $1,500 at level 3. This time, a 0% promotional offer is already sitting in your card app before you even ask. You move the cost over. No interest. No payday lender on Lincoln. No countdown clock. The exact same emergency. A completely different exit. A pre-approval letter arrives for a $380,000 mortgage. You didn't apply. The bank decided what you can afford before you decided what you want. You walk into the branch. Someone stands up. Not the teller. Someone with a nameplate and an office. They walk you past the line everyone else is standing in. The same line you stood in at level 2. The one you didn't know was a line because you were inside it. A competing bank calls offering to beat your rate. You mention it to Marcus. He calls back in 40 minutes with a counteroffer. The bank that once sent you a templated decline is now competing to keep you. Level 6. 812. The bank stops being somewhere you go. It becomes something that arrives. You're out of the country for a wedding. You miscalculate the time zone and a payment posts 6 hours late. No call. No fee. No flag on the account. The system absorbs the mistake before you even know you made it. Marcus doesn't call about your account anymore. Marcus calls to introduce you to a colleague who handles wealth strategy. The colleague drives to your office, brings a folder, asks about your goals, your timeline, your estate. He doesn't sell you anything. He just leaves a card. The selling already happened. You just weren't in the room for it. Your rewards card sends you on a flight every few months. Nobody mentions where the points come from. They come from interest. Paid by someone at level 2 who had no other option. The system isn't neutral. It takes from the bottom and pays out at the top, and calls the payout a benefit. Level 7. 8 figures. Marcus doesn't call anymore. Someone above Marcus does. You don't have a credit score conversation. You have a private banker named Adrian who doesn't ask your score because nobody's checked it in 4 years. A friend mentions a card you've never seen advertised. Adrian has one ready for you within the week. No application you ever see. No form. Just a card arriving in a black envelope with your name already engraved. The mortgage rate isn't published. It's negotiated in a room with no logo on the door over a single piece of wood that functions as a table. Marcus still exists. He still has a desk at the branch downtown. He still sends decline letters to people who remind him of you 3 jobs ago. He just doesn't work on your file anymore. Someone decided you were worth a different department. The number that ruled every decision below this level is a formality here. A box that gets checked because the software requires a box. Level 8. 9 figures. There is no Marcus. There is no number. A charge you don't recognize shows up on a card. You mention it once, to someone on your team, in passing, the way you once mentioned your sister to Marcus. It's gone by the next morning. You never learn who made the call. You never have to. There's a balance sheet, and a family office, and people whose job is to make sure you never have to think about credit again. The entire machine. FICO, the bureaus, the 7-year clocks, the decline letters signed by men named Marcus. That's infrastructure for people who need to prove they're good for it. You don't need to prove anything. You never have to fill out the field that says credit score and watch it return in NA like you don't exist. You just exist, differently than everyone below you. On purpose. Somewhere right now, someone is filling out an apartment application. The field says credit score. Theirs says NA. Somewhere nearby, a brother or a sister is exhaling after agreeing to co-sign, already doing the math on what happens if it goes wrong. 3 days from now, an email will arrive. M. Reyes, leasing office. They don't know yet that Marcus isn't deciding anything. They don't know the system already decided, and Marcus is just the name it hides behind. The same bank that will one day leave a black envelope on someone's desk, unasked, is right now telling someone else there's nothing that can be done about a $32 fee. You are the same person at every number. The system just decides who you are based on what's sitting next to your name. The system doesn't change at every level. The system reveals what it always was.